Hey, how's everybody doing on this marvelous Hump Day Wednesday? I wanted to tell you that, don't forget my slogan here. This is D with the T and it won't, no, this is D with the stories and it won't be boring. Sorry about that, I had to get it all right. But anyway, before we get started, I want you to hit that like button. It's free, y'all. It doesn't cost anything just to hit the like button. So I'm going to give you a couple seconds just to hit that like button before I get started today. Thank you. I'm glad that everybody is having a wonderful Wednesday. My Wednesday is going great, really great. What we're going to do here today, I have a story that I want you guys to check out. It's about this football player. He beat up his mother and he beat up his girlfriend. So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all listen to this 30-minute clip, and then you can go from there, and we're going to talk about it, okay? Former Ohio State star Darren Lee, who was picked by the Jets in the first round of the 2016 NFL Draft, was arrested Monday after he was accused of beating the hell out of both his mom and the mother of his child. The disturbing allegations are all spelled out in court documents obtained by TMZ Sports. According to docs, police were called out to a residence in Dublin, Ohio at around 5:30 p.m. on Monday after the mother of Lee's 2-year-old son, Lindsey McGlone, said Lee had attacked his mom, Candace Lee, at the home. McGlone claimed she was downstairs, that's the girlfriend, in the kitchen when she heard the mother, Candace, yelling at the top of the stairs. She said when she ran up, she saw the mother, Candace, lying on her back with Mr. Lee over top of her with a raised fist. In the docs, cops said Candace, who's the mother, told them she had shown up to the residence after the girlfriend, McGlone, told her she wasn't feeling safe around Darren. According to cops, Candace said she went upstairs, found Darren lying on the floor of a bedroom, and told him he needed to leave. That's when she claims the former football player snapped, began yelling at her, and then grabbed her by her shirt and pushed her into a wall twice. Candace said Darren then threw her to the ground and punched her in the face and the back of her head repeatedly. She claimed Darren also pulled her hair. She said it was all broken up when McGlone ran upstairs and pulled Darren off of her. According to docs, police said Candace had swelling injuries on her left cheek as well as head pain. She was transported to a local hospital for treatment. Following the incident, cops say McGlone then accused Darren of being violent with her on a different occasion back in 2022. She said it all happened on October the 17th when Darren believed McGlone was cheating on him. In the docs, cops said McGlone told them Darren got on top of her while she was in bed and said that he would kill her and their child. She then claimed he punched the pillow next to her head multiple times before he squeezed her throat. Police say the woman said when Darren eventually got off of her, he grabbed her phone and threw it at a wall. McGlone said it bounced and struck her in the head, causing her ear to bleed. According to the docs, she said that she then went downstairs, but Darren followed her and continued his attack. McGlone claimed Darren grabbed her by her neck, lifted her up, swung her around, and then dropped her onto the ground. She told cops she was eventually able to grab the couple's child and leave before things escalated further. For his part, Darren, according to the documents, told cops McGlone had struck him in the face during the altercation. He also denied ever throwing anything at her or putting his hands on her neck. Cops, though, said they observed photographs of McGlone's injuries as well as pictures of her broken phone and a journal entry she had written on that date. Darren was ultimately arrested, and court records show he was hit with 4 separate charges: 2 counts of misdemeanor domestic violence and 2 counts of misdemeanor assault. All right, now that you got a chance to listen to what this fool did, let's talk about it. Now, this guy had everything going in the world for him, okay? You was in the first round of the 2016 draft. You got drafted by the Jets. Not to mention, you the #1 star at Ohio State. #1. You know, they always said that football players are very mean, and I can tell you that it's true. Very true. My ex-husband was a football player. Very good at what he did. He was a linebacker. I think that's the position he played, where they go after the quarterback. And most football players are very mean. I'm talking about the real football players. Now, if you a guy out there and you play football just to play, of course, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the ones that are really into the game, the ones that have gotten scholarships, the ones that are in the NFL right now. Those are the ones I'm talking about, because my ex-husband was really good. He got a scholarship. He went to play on at college, but he didn't finish. But if he would have used his mind and his tools like he was supposed to, he could have been in the NFL, and that's no cap. Now, you can ask any of his friends that went to high school with him, oh, he could play that football, and he could have been in the NFL right now. And like I said, most of them, I'm not saying all of the football players, but most of them that are on that defense and linebacker position or whatever position, like I said, they are very mean-spirited, most of them. Now, from what I read to you about him, let me tell you a similar situation that happened with my mother-in-law. My ex-husband showed up at their place. Now, this was years later when him and I wasn't together. They told me about this story. I still be in contact with his mother and his father. So they told me that he came over there one day. He was brought to the house by his nephew, which is his brother's son. They were hanging out together. So my ex-husband was drinking, of course. I told you all, he's very violent when he drinks, loud and out of control, boisterous. You just get mad for no reason. Something happens to him when he drinks. So for some reason, he was with his nephew. The nephew brought him over to his parents' house. His mother was inside and his father was inside. So the mother thought that he was coming inside to speak to her, you know, to give her a hug and kiss on her like he normally would do. She said he got mad at her for something she don't even know about, because he was drunk and high out of his mind, that he reached over and knocked her glasses off of her face. And she could not believe that he put his hands on her like that and just knocked her in the face. And when he did that, he knocked the glasses off to where it hit her in the jaw. Because like I told y'all before, if you follow my stories, he got real big, strong hands. His hands are very lethal, to where if he were to shake your hand, and a lot of people, like I said, that know him know what I'm talking about. When he shake your hand, it's like your hand is going to fall off. And that's why I was always scared, to where, and I told y'all, he never hit me or punched me or nothing like that in my face, because I was scared that he would kill me just with that one hit. But back to the story about his mother. He knocked her glasses off. He hit her in the face. He went to just knock her like that, knocked the glasses off, hit her in the face, and then knocked her down. And I was so like amazed and just believing that he did that, because he always never hit his mama. He never got loud with his mother. His mother was the only person that was able to calm him down during the times when him and I would get into it, and him and his daddy would get into it. You know, she could kind of calm him down, but not really, because nobody could calm him down. But I'm just relating the story of Darren Lee to my ex-husband, what he did to his mother. Now, how you gonna put your hands on your mother, somebody that brought you into this world and want nothing but the best for you, but you want to hit your mother? Darren Lee, I'm talking to you. You beat on your mother. Why? And the way you look like you was a spoiled brat anyway. And all the lady did was try to tell you to leave the house, because, like I said, mothers know their children. The mother knew that this man had an anger problem. She knew that. That's why she went to the house in defense of the girlfriend to ask the son to leave, because she knows her child. She knows that her child has been very aggressive with that girlfriend. She knows all that. She even knew when he was younger that he had some anger issues. But again, parents didn't do nothing to try to help the child with the anger problems. Now look, they backfired on the mother. He put his paws and hands on the mother. Beat her up. He beat the mother up. That's what he did. Beat the mother up. And that's just crazy. And the girlfriend has been in the situation where he's beaten her up more than one time. She said it also, if you followed what I just read to you guys. So I don't understand why these parents, and I'm talking to you young ladies now, and men too. You got kids, okay? You know that your child is watching you and what's going on in the household. You know from now on in school, however it's playing out, if the child has anger problems and anger issues, get that child some help. Because I guarantee you it's going to backfire. They're going to end up doing something that they're going to regret. And it's going to fall back on you probably too. Just like Darren Lee beat up his mama. And she didn't even think that he probably would turn the tables around and beat her up, his own mother. She knew that boy had problems. Okay? But I just had to come and talk about that story. Now Darren Lee, the football player, he done threw everything away. You know, you got domestic violence. They make examples out of those guys now, the football players. When you put your hands on those females, which it should be like that. And just like it is in South Carolina, just like I need to really do my research and homework on what the ratio is. But I know that South Carolina was like number 2 in the nation of domestic violence killings, because it's like a slap on the wrist. That's how it used to be. Now I've been seeing some tougher laws come through to where these magistrates now are pretty much denying the bonds of these guys that are doing this domestic violence stuff, which I'll give kudos to them. Something had to stop that from them getting out and just repeat offenders, because of South Carolina is, like I said, number 2 or number 3 was in the nation of domestic violence murders. So I'm glad that some of these magistrate judges, when I'm looking at these cases recently, about the case not too long ago last week in Richland County where this man stabbed his girlfriend and he stabbed the baby. Now he got bond denied. I'm glad he did, because you don't need to be out on the street. You doing stuff like that. And I'm glad that these magistrates and stuff are waking up. And Leon Lott, thank you too, if you're listening, because you got a lot of repeat offenders. You got people that do these crimes and then they get right back out on the street. I mean, just get right back out. Just like the guy that robbed my daughter and my son. He could have killed my son and my daughter. I don't know if you guys remember that story way back here. I can't remember what year it was. I think it was in 2018, I want to say. I'm not sure. But he broke into my daughter's car. She pulled into the parking lot of the gas station. She parked her car and she happened to just go inside the store, but she left her wallet inside of her armrest. And the guy and his friend, who I'm talking about, were next to her in a car that had so-called broken down. They had the hood up. My daughter didn't think nothing of it, so she walked in the store, like I said, put her wallet with all of her ID and everything inside of the armrest. So the guy watched her go into the store, and she had a Charger back then. And back then, Chargers are one of the #1 cars that you can break into. They popped the lock some kind of way. They pushed it in and popped it, and he was able to get her wallet. And one of the guys, by the time it was another young lady in a car next to my daughter, watched it, saw them do that. One of the guys, I think the young lady came out of her car and was like, "What y'all doing in the car?" And by that time, my daughter walked out. So one of the guys had ran away with the wallet, and then the other guy stayed. So next thing you know, my son was going down, and this happened on Broad River Road where Greystone turns to River Drive. It used to be, I think, the gas station. I can't think of the name of the gas station that it was at the time. But my son happened to be riding down Broad River and saw his sister's car, and so he made a U-turn, didn't know what was going on at the store. So by the time my son made a U-turn and pulled into the gas station and was like, "What's going on, sis?" And so my daughter told her brother, "This boy right here," like I said, one of the guys was still there, "stole my wallet out my car, da 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 da." So then my son and the dude got into it. They argued back and forth. My son was, defending his sister, like, "Where's my sister's wallet at? Why you did that?" So the boy went into the car and got a gun. So when he got the gun, like, my son just had no fear in him. And by that time, I had pulled up. My daughter called me. I rolled up and saw the boy had a gun on my son, and my son was steady, like wasn't scared. And I was like, "Oh my God," I thought sure that boy was gonna pull the trigger, but he just so happened Richland County pulled up and caught the boy in the act with the gun. So I'm saying that to say this. After he had done all that, the boy with the gun had 2 guns on him. I guess the friend left him with the gun. He was charged with 2 guns, pointing and presenting, stolen guns, all kind of charges. He had like 10 charges from that night. Okay? That boy got out of jail on bond. He was already out on bond for something else prior to what he did to my daughter and my son. Okay? So he was already out on bond, got out on bond with my daughter thing. So, of course, I'm researching his whole history, following him to see what's going on. He done got into 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 more incidents up until 2023 right now. Keep getting out of jail. Keep getting out of jail. Something got to stop. Something got to stop. Leon Lott, thank you so much for pressing this thing to make those repeat offenders stay in jail, give them a higher bond, because for one, you're a menace to society. That's what you are, and I can't stand you because of what I had to go through with my daughter at the time. Her identity was stolen. The person, when they took her wallet, they took all of her credentials. They made a fake license. Some girl had a picture, her picture, but my daughter's name on the license. They went to Georgia, committed some crimes, high-speed chase. All kind of stuff happened with my daughter. We got some mail because, they had the license. Had my address on the license, but all the mail from all the stuff that was going on from the crime came to my address. So we opened up the stuff and saw that my daughter had no points on her license. Well, it had 2 points left. So we had to get all the stuff together and get paperwork, talk to a solicitor in Georgia, and it was just a big mess. But we finally found out who the female was. She got arrested. And I just thank the Lord for the solicitor's office. And you doggone right, I'm a civilian, so I'm a snitch. I will snitch. I'm a civilian. I'm not a street person. So, hey, it is what it is. You just don't mess with my family like that. But anyway, back to the story at hand. I was trying to say about this guy, Darren Lee, or anybody else out there. Keep your hands to yourself, okay? That's what you do. Just keep your hands to yourself. But I just had to come at y'all today because, like I said, my platform is about domestic violence, but I do incorporate other stories into it. So I want you guys to hit the like button. Please just hit the like button. It's free. Like I said, it's free. Hit the like button, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed. It's about to get hot out the door. Your girl D got more stories. I got so many stories, so you don't want to miss anything. So make sure, like I said, on my YouTube channel, I really want that channel to grow. So I want you to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. There's a bell at the top on YouTube. Hit the bell so that way when I do send out a video or go live or anything, you'll be able to be the first one to get it. Okay? But thank y'all so much. I really enjoyed spending my Wednesday afternoon with you. I want everybody to have a blessed day, and you guys be safe. Talk to you later.